Down in Atlanta where rhythm drums strong, riders unite after a whole year gone. Heritage and history blended so sweet, a family reunion beat by beat.
What's going on, everyone? I am welcome to the second here at Black Writers Weekend, and I'm privileged speaking to these amazing creatives, authors, writers, storytellers. I'm here with Jasmin Nelson. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Your earrings actually really nice and kind of unique. I've never seen any earrings like that before.
That's why I bought them, because it was unique.
Hey, there we go. So what brought you out here today?
You know, I wanted to come to share my story and also collaborate and network with those who are around here. To be around a lot of Black authors is really nice. It's refreshing because it's like, okay, I'm finally able to speak with those who've also created their story and learn actually a lot from them on different ways to be more creative in sharing their story and journeys, whether that's with nonfiction or fiction. For me, since I have a brand where I am pretty much expressing all the things that I've been through with like dealing with excessive facial hair, because that's what my brand is helping women reduce excessive facial hair naturally based off of or due to PCOS and hormonal imbalances. I have to be able to relate and translate all the things and problems and issues of having facial hair and making sure that I could just give solutions, if that makes sense. Like, how are different ways that I could give solutions to my audience so they can feel relief and comfortable in their skin again?
What was important for you to be that person to share the solution?
I feel like growing up, there wasn't many women out there to even share that they had this issue. It's very like undercover. A lot of women just kind of cover up their face with makeup or try to be creative with clothing, trying to hide the problem. But it's not really, it's more taboo. So I was like, let me be that person, be that face where people can see that I'm relating to you. I also have these problems and I have solutions for it. I didn't realize that it was such a big community of women who have this problem. So I really brought a lot of people out of the shadows. So I'm actually I'm happy to be that advocate for that space.
That's really beautiful. I feel something so like personal. It can be hard to kind of share, just even with friends, but just building a whole platform and sharing it too.
Oh yeah, like don't get it twisted though. Like it was really hard for me to be able to share that story because like everyone else, you have insecurities about it. You feel like it's not natural. You feel unfeminine. With having this problem comes a lot of other issues like. I had the hair, but also had to deal with ingrown hair and dark spots. My skin was not perfect. I would go on social media even and be comparing myself to other women, and that wasn't a good feeling. But to then be transparent and share my obstacles actually opened a new door of having new relationships and be able to help other women. I didn't think I would become a therapist, but that's kind of like what I am now.
Okay, you seem like you're good in that therapist role.
I'm trying.
You're doing your thing. Okay.
Thank you.
So it's kind of community is just really big to you, right? You mentioned earlier.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So what's it like collaborating with other authors? You mentioned that earlier. I think that's kind of interesting.
I'm actually building on that. I've never collaborated with the author before, but for example, after meeting Miss Phoenix Williams, she shared with me that she also has PCOS, so she gave me a little bit of her story. So I plan on staying in connection with her just to elaborate more on that and maybe even get some advice on how, because she is a writer, how do you share these stories, not in an exaggerated way, but a way that can reach people's hearts. And that's kind of what I want to build on.
Really touch people.
Oh, for sure.
I like that. Something that kind of sits with them for years, not just reading like, okay, got that. That was a good book.
Absolutely, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So what was like the moment where you realized that you yourself are a creative storyteller?
I've never thought of myself as a creative storyteller until I came out with my brand. Like I said, I had to become the face. So what were some creative ways to reach my audience where, like we were talking about, where it could land them and want to stay tuned with whatever else I had to share? And so, unfortunately, we're in a space where we have to kind of rely on social media. And with that, you do have to be creative. I'm not trying to be an influencer, but I do want to go ahead and share the stories that need to be heard.
Yeah, I feel like social media could be it's a blessing and a curse. And a lot of people talk about how it's like destroying our society, but it's also like some beauty in it, kind of building and finding people. So it's like a weird little.
It is definitely weird. It just depends on what you're looking for. Now, if you're looking for toxicness and chaos and all, yes, you're going downhill. But for me, it's more like I have to try to stay looking at positive feeds that come to my phone and hopefully just. I see more of that, but a lot of times I'm just putting my phone down. As soon as I do whatever I need to do, I just put it down. Mm-hmm. It's not worth my time. I have to stay on that.
Never is worth the time.
Right.
So I'm very curious about like your journey to kind of staying true to yourself. And I know you mentioned earlier just when it comes to like beauty and facial hair, just seeing other people on social and step away. But also as a creative, I feel like it's also equally can be challenging to kind of sway and try to do something that's not you. So. So far in your journey, what are you doing to just continue to stay true to you, your story, and what you want to put out?
Well, for me, I can't be fake. I can't do that fake stuff. I have to stay transparent. I have to be able to share whatever obstacles or troubles that I'm going through, whether it's with my personal life or with the business. I like to make sure that I let my audience know this is what's going on here. So they have a nice concept of what's happening on the back end of what I'm doing or what I'm giving them on the front end, if that makes sense. So, I mean, if I'm going to be sharing something that's not true, I might as well be using AI for everything. And I ain't trying to do all that.
I have like a love-hate relationship with AI right now. I appreciate it comes in handy sometimes, but I'm like, this doesn't feel like me.
Yeah, it does lose creativity. I feel, now since we're going off topic, I feel like we're heading to a space where we're being too reliant on AI, and then with that, you are losing your creativity because it's not really yours. You may have an idea, but whatever AI spits out is not exactly what your idea is. So, I don't know, that's my 2 cents.
I like that 2 cents. You know what, I feel like that wasn't too off topic because we're here at this whole creative event, right? And, I've seen a lot of coaches like online and stuff talk about like, I wrote a book in 3 days, Amazon bestseller. All I did was use AI. I'm like,
that's like cheating. It's not only that, it's like, it's taking a whole bunch of other people's ideas and then making it into one big melting pot of, now you're claiming other people's work, a lot of everybody else's work, and you claim it as yours.
Can't have that.
Yeah, no.
So a couple more questions for you. One, where can everyone follow you?
You can follow me at Lenay. That is on Instagram. That's also on Facebook. You can go to my website, umberjlenay.com. Again, I help women reduce excessive facial hair naturally through a hair inhibitor that I created. It is called the Hair Reducing Fade Oil.
Well, I'd like to ask that question a little earlier just to get the way it was there. But what I'm really curious about is, one, what would be your best advice for someone who's feeling stuck on their journey, their creative journey?
Honestly, I would start talking to other people, like just kind of networking, because it's like once you start that conversation, you know how you start a conversation with somebody like, oh, you just reminded me, you just gave me an idea. Sometimes it just takes that one-on-one or a group conversation. And I think that's probably the best thing. That's what I'm doing right now, actually, because I'm like, I'm kind of running out of ideas, but I'm so glad that I came to this event because going to these different workshops has sparked more inspiration for me to work harder and be more strategic in what I do.
I feel that. As talking to people, because that could be a nerve-wracking thing, is that kind of natural to you? Or is it
I'm an introvert.
Okay.
But I'll shake out of that if I'm determined enough. Like, I need to handle some business, so I'll break out of that when time comes.
Okay, what is game time? You're like,
I have to shake that off. That's not me right now.
I like that answer. All right, so last question for you: is there anything that you're working on right now, whether it's new or something you already have that you love and want to check out? Is something that's exciting you right now?
I'm working on rebranding. So like I said, coming to this event is really giving me a lot of inspiration to expand and improve on what I'm already doing.
Okay. Best wishes on the rebrand. I hope by the time this comes out, we're gonna see. But it's like, but no pressure. You know, I feel like when it's time, it's time.
Yeah, it's gonna come in naturally. So that's what we're doing.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you for your time. Let's get back to the whole festival.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Down in Atlanta where rhythm drums strong, riders unite after a whole year gone. Heritage and history blended so sweet, a family reunion beat by beat. Ink on the page, hearts in a dance, past meets the future at every chance. Creativity flows like a beat so true, a family reunion, this joy is for you. Good vibes all rise and change.